and welcome to the No Flipping Excuses Show.
Don't touch that
This is the #1 podcast for real estate investing, and each episode covers what you need to know to find and flip deals right now.
Wow!
Break free of the chains that are holding you back and join us on today's episode.
Hey, what's going on? It's Jason Lucchesi, and welcome to the No Flipping Excuses Show. I am so excited for today's episode. We are at episode 101, so we are kicking things off with you here today. And I've got a good friend of mine on here. We've talked about sales before on the podcast, but this guy is amazing. He has, I think he's called out some of the top salespeople in the industry to like challenges. None of them have said anything to him, but I've heard this guy talk for years now, and he does some absolute amazing things in the industry. And I talked to him offline before, and the missing link for a lot of folks, especially when they're getting started or if they're trying to scale their business, the missing link truly is sales, or being able to train your team to do better at sales. So with that being said, I've got Mr. Claude Diamond with us here on the show. Claude, how are you doing, my man?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. Claude, you are known as, the top guy when it comes to sales training. And I saw a post not too long ago where you were calling out and challenging some of the top guys out there. And I bet you could absolutely, the challenge would be yours. You would be the victor from hearing you. Because I finally saw the Grant Cardone and Jordan Belfort thing. Yeah. And I was completely, I don't want to say shocked, but I was really disappointed in how Grant, acted on his show. I think he walked on and he was really trying to he wanted to puff his chest out, and he wanted to come on and, he wanted to be like, I'm the man, Jordan, you're nothing. And Jordan the whole time was like relaxed and just enjoying it. And I really kind of lost a little bit of, respect for the guy after that episode. And I'm glad you were calling some folks out and challenging them. You've been doing stuff for a while now, and I'm glad that you're on the show with us today, and you could kind of share some of your sales expertise and the marketing that you're doing. It's just really a pleasure and honor to have you on the show.
Thank you for inviting me once again. I've got a lot of respect for Jordan Belfort and Grant Cardone as salespeople. They're obviously both very successful people. They have that dynamic, ego-driven personality. They are true salespeople, whether you like them or disagree or whatever. They're both financially successful because they know how to communicate. The people who really succeed in this business, or many businesses, are great at politics, business, whatever. They're great communicators. They can create passion in other people. You have two famous people behind you there, Steve Jobs and Albert Einstein. Steve Jobs, I'm a big fan of his. I'm an Apple guy. My daughter works for Apple. And he used to come on the stage so confidently with just a black turtleneck, jeans, and some sneakers, okay, where everybody else is wearing suits and ties and everything like that. And I love the confidence that he emanates, because he's more dependent on his message than on impressing people with clothing and things like that. And I always loved that about him. And I think Grant, you can't, whatever you want to say about Grant or Jordan Belfort or what's his name, Gary Vaynerchuk, who I'm a fan of. They're great communicators. If you've ever listened to Gary Vaynerchuk, who's made the king of F-bombs, okay? But he's a great speaker. You love to listen to every word he says. I listen to him, his speeches, keynotes all the time on YouTube.
Yep.
He's great. And I think that's a key to success in this business. I always think most people who are doing training in this business are working on the wrong end of the problem.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Claude. There's definitely a lot of that going on out there, and working on the wrong end of the business. And why don't we do this for folks that haven't heard of you, Claude? How long have you been in the industry, and what got you started in the whole thing?
I was in corporate America. I went to business school. I went to law school. I have a degree somewhere back there, doctorate in law and everything. And I wasn't happy doing what I was doing. I didn't find what was my groove, what was my niche. And so I got into real estate like most of us did. I read the books of the time by Robert Allen, Nothing Down and things like that. And got the real estate fever, which we've all had. And I went out there and bought properties, didn't know what I was doing, over leveraged, over financed and stuff like that. Started to learn, went to some of the gurus seminars and things like that, learned about the different techniques, especially lease purchasing. I learned that from my mentor. And I just love the freedom to work from home, from the kitchen table, just, to give good phone, as my sign says, to get out there. And I was very fortunate because I ran out of money and stuff like that. And I ran out of money and things like that. And I had to start becoming creative, and lease purchasing really helped, and having the right mentor helped. I had a mentor who taught me sales. And for me, strategies and learning and just learning how to talk to people, how to communicate, how to ask questions, qualify, instead of running all over the place like most of us do, really made the difference for me. In the beginning, it was very tough. I tell this to people, they don't believe me. I'm the former world's worst salesperson. Okay, I suffered from the same phobia that most people did. The fear of picking up the phone, talking to strangers, and getting all that rejection. Okay, and I've been doing this stuff for about 32 years now. You wouldn't know I'm only 36 biologically.
I know, geez.
I run 10 miles every day.
That's awesome.
I eat one meal a day, a healthy meal. I only have dinner one meal a day. I don't snack. I don't have breakfast, lunch, and stuff like that. And I run at least 10, or weekends I might do 16. I'm doing a half marathon on Sunday, matter of fact, here in California.
That'll be a breeze for you.
Yeah. Just take my time, have fun with it, enjoy, smell the roses on the way. I love the freedom that this business gives me. I'm a homebody. And to me, to work from home, to do real estate, I also do sales training. That's my real passion, teaching the gut sales method to people. Because I think a lot of people, well-intentioned people, come in this business. They study all the strategies and contracts and things. Then they get bogged down with all the mechanics and the computers and all the different marketing strategies. But then putting it, I think, because I've met people much smarter than me with much better leads, but can they convert those leads? Can they monetize them? And that's what I think is the missing link. That's my message. That's what I proselytize all the time. I want people to learn how to get on the phone, be themselves, be comfortable, and get the message across.
Well, let's kind of hop into that, because Claude, what we've been doing, and especially for a lot of our listeners and us, I started doing the training side for real estate investors back in 2012. And I can tell you, like, the number one fear that a lot of our folks have is picking up the phone. And I want to kind of ask you, what type of approach? Yeah, exactly. What type of approach would you say is the best for getting out of your head? Because for a lot of folks, it's really a mental thing.
It really is. Yeah.
It is, because like when I got started really got started in sales, I was a door-to-door salesman. I was selling Cutco knives. Yeah.
Wow. You really did that. I applaud that. Because if you can do that, you can do anything.
Well, it was knives. It's kind of hard. But hey, I think my first month I ended up selling like $25,000 in knives right out of high school.
Wow.
And yeah, it was so fun.
Impressive.
Well,
it's so impressive. And you made good money? I mean, did you make a commission or?
Yeah, I think it was between 30 and 40% commission. So as an 18-year-old, I was pretty happy. I was very, very happy.
Wow.
But
think
the
about
thing
that. No boss, no time clock. You didn't have to wear a suit and tie. No. I mean, I love that. I love that freedom of entrepreneurship that that we have, but so many people don't take advantage of it. They think we have to go and work for somebody else. And the whole beauty of this real estate business is the freedom we have with it. That's my favorite word, the freedom. I can sit here on my desk or my kitchen table. I can work. You can knock on doors and sell knives at one time. I used to sell, I'll share a little thing. I don't share this too often. For a while, I used to buy tools and sell them off the back of a truck. I had a tool business. I'd import tools, and I'd had a little pickup truck, and I'd go around to gas stations, industrial parks, and I would sell engine, in cherry pickers, engine lifts, brake lathes, all kinds of things, vices, socket wrenches. I'd set them off the back of the truck. And on a good day, I could make more money in one day selling tools off the back of the truck than I could make in a whole month in a corporate job with a suit and tie and a business and law degree.
Yeah.
That's me. So awesome. Why are we in business, right?
Right. Exactly. Yes, absolutely. And, for those folks that are struggling to really kind of figure out like how to get on the phones, because I remember my first little mastermind that I did, it was really small. It was maybe like 12, 15 people. And I remember on the last day, I had folks start calling leads. And one woman was completely like, she was scared, like really scared to get on the phone. And I think it's rejection, Claude. It's, that fear of rejection. And we get in our own way. I call them imaginary roadblocks. You put them up, and it's like you put them there. Nobody else did. If somebody says no, oh well. But some folks just don't know how to handle that. So what would you say for somebody that's just they're buying course after course? They're placing blame on maybe it's the course when it's really
the economy. The course, it's the guru, it's the realtors, it's the buyers, the sellers, my location. Now, I get people go to me, I can't do deals here in California. I have to do them in the Midwest or somewhere else because it's too expensive, it's too cheap, it's too up. I don't even care about the economy. People ask me, what about the recession? What about it? Who cares? I'm not going to live on we have a recession, God forbid, or something like that. I'm not going to live on the street. I got a nice paid for house right here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're not going to stop eating because there's a recession. We're just not going to go out to dinner as much, maybe.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. No, I hear you.
It's about sales. You hit the nail on the head, Jason.
Absolutely. And I firmly believe that, when you could just call and talk to somebody, the best thing to do, what would be your best approach? Like, say, for instance, you're calling a lead that you found off of Zillow, and you're calling that person, and you're just wanting to have a conversation with it, because most people are like, why are you calling me? What do you want? Are you one of those investors? Are you going to send me a lowball offer? That's what a lot of those folks are. Yeah. They say that. So what would be your approach for folks that are like, gosh, if I could just have a solution to talking to those people, I would be in a much better spot.
Okay, couple of rules. I developed based on my studies from my mentor. He'd make more money in one phone call than I could make in a year in a corporate job. And it blew me away because with all the education, business school, law school, all the seminars I went to, nobody talked about sales. Nobody showed me. It's still that to today. And so that's why I'm so passionate about teaching sales. I developed the G.U.T.S sales method, 3 simple steps: agenda, qualification, commitment/close. 3 steps. I wrote a book about it. By the way, it's free for anybody who goes to my webpage. Can I give something away for free?
Yeah, go ahead.
ClaudeDiamond.com. Go there and say, I love Jason Lucchesi. Did I say it right?
No, it's Lucchesi.
Lucchesi. I'm sorry. Oh, molto grazie. Go to Jason Lucchesi, excuse me, and just say I love him, and you'll get a free book at ClaudeDiamond.com. I wrote the book based on my studies. I think most people are winging it. They don't have a system of sales. They don't understand the psychology of persuasion and influence. They're just reading a script. No, you shouldn't read scripts. Scripts are caca. Don't use scripts. Don't give premature presentations. You get somebody on the phone, don't tell them about the history of Earth. Don't start from Genesis, okay, in the beginning. They don't want to hear that stuff. They don't want to hear the kitchen sink and your life story and everything. And don't beg for the order. Don't be subservient. We say we're professionals, and what do? We beg.
Yeah.
We sound like little beggars. So you have to take on an attitude of partially understanding the psychology of persuasion and being a thespian. So when I get on the phone, I want you to be comfortable in your own skin. I want you to be Popeye, my favorite hero. I am who I am. That's all that I am. And get on the phone and do things completely different than your competition. See, if you use the same words, the same language that 99% of the people are using, you're going to get high rejection because the prospects heard it all before. You're not the first phone call. You're the 88th phone call. So if I call you up and I say, Jason, Claude Diamond, I'm reaching out to you today. I'm with Century 21. I'm an investor, and I just would like to talk to you for an hour. Can I have a minute of your time? Worst thing in the world to say to people. What you say? You do a closed-ended question. Say, Jason, could I have a minute of your time today? And you say, no. Take me off your list. Call me next week. Don't bother me. Click. I'm having dinner. Boom. You're shut down right away. But if I call you up, do a role play.
Sure, let's do it.
I love role plays. And to answer your question succinctly before we do the role play, the way you get good at, you cannot be just good or adequate at sales. You have to be superb at it. The way you get superb at something is you practice every day. Yep. I mentor people. We spend an hour every Monday role playing and practicing. We do private calls. My job is to role play and practice. Throw me any stall and objection you can, which are, by the way, opportunities to close. I love stalls and objections. Okay. Yeah. I close people on real estate deals in one phone call. I closed somebody yesterday in one phone call. I do it all the time, or I get another appointment or a contract, or I fire them. I fire them. They do not reject me. We were talking about Grant Cardone and everything. There's a lot of ego in this business. You have to be, not to be obnoxious or intimidate people or high pressure. But I think if we're going to be a professional, damn it, let's act like one and say, hey, you're trying to buy a home, sell a home, invest in a home. I have solutions for you. This is something we should talk about today.
Yeah.
This is important to you. Can I ask you a few questions? You ask me a few, and if we can do business, wonderful. I'll send you a contract today, and we'll talk again at 4:30. And if not, would you please fire me, Jason? And we call that an agenda step. It's a little staircase I developed.
I like that.
Oh, yeah. And it's just simple, 3 simple steps, and we learn, and GU.T.S is question-based. We learn how to ask questions with positive and negative redirection. We learn how to control the process. Let's go into our role play here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's pretend you have a house that the listing expired. Do you have a lot of realtors who watch your program?
We do. Yeah, we do.
Let's pretend you have a listing that expired. Okay.
Okay.
Say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Jason. What the hell happened on your home?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
My wife said the same. My wife says the same thing to me all the time. You had a house you have that beautiful house on Maple Drive, don't you?
Yeah, I do have it.
Oh my God! Why didn't that sell? Here we're just coming out of this really strong market, and that I can't believe. Aren't you near the park and that beautiful school nearby, that elementary school?
We are. I have no idea why it didn't sell.
House didn't sell. My name's Claude Diamond. Pardon me for being so abrupt. I was just curious why a house like that did not sell. You wouldn't be. It's not still available. It must be in escrow by now.
No, we didn't. It didn't sell.
Wow. You mind if I'm interested in that house. Can I ask you a couple of quick questions and make you an offer? Can we do business today?
I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say.
You're a gentleman. Thank you. Boom. Off the role play. I'm a bull in a china shop. A little bit of personality, but if you listen to my words, the words I use, they're different than a lot of the things. A lot of the way, I didn't use a script. I'm doing what is called a pattern interrupt. I'm trying to get your attention.
Yep.
Okay. And that's the thing. I got to get your attention. I've got a fighting chance. I Most people don't leave voicemails. I leave a guts voicemail just to get your attention. I get a 50% or greater callback ratio because of the voicemails I leave.
Wow, that's great.
Give me a beep. Give me your voicemail, and I'll.
Hey, you've reached the voicemail of Jason Lucchesi. Leave me a message after the beep. Beep.
Jason, Claude Diamond, sorry it took me so long to get back to you. I've got paperwork and everything on here. I need to speak with you as soon as you get this message or before 12:30. I'm at 970-281-5151. Give me a call as soon as you get this message. I want to clean up my desk and take care of all this stuff. Okay, buddy? 970-281-5151. I'll talk to you before 12:30. Bye-bye. That's nice. That's a cold call. I've never spoken to you before. You get that crazy Claude message. What are you going to say?
I'm interested in what you're talking about with the paperwork.
And you're going to call me up, and you're going to call me up, and you're going to be, who are you? What's this about? You're curious, right? Curious is an emotion. Yeah. If I get you to call me back, I win. The more people, I tell all my students, my mentees, can you talk to 5 people a day?
Shouldn't be a problem.
5 people a day. And you know, if you can talk to 5 people a day, you can make all the money you want. If you can, that consistent behavior, overcoming that fear that we were talking about earlier.
Right.
Okay. If you can overcome huge. That fear, then you can talk to them. If you just talk to enough people. See, my concern is well-meaning people, hardworking people, are just basically wasting too much time studying the different techniques and things like that. They're spending too much money on marketing. I spend no money on marketing, by the way, if you want to talk about that. I just want to get them on the phone. If I can get them on the phone, get them comfortable. That's all I need.
No, so yeah, why don't we talk about that so you're not doing any like direct mail or anything like that to get the business that you're getting right now?
Yeah. I do social media marketing. I put out YouTubes every week. I put out informative content. People call me, they text me, they email me. They go to my webpage, claudediamond.com, for a free book, and they schedule. I have a free scheduling for a 15-minute consultation with anybody. And if I just can get on the phone where buyers and sellers, investors call me, if I can speak to enough people, that's all I need. I don't need quantity. I just need quality, a few quality phone calls every day. And that's all I need. And the business just grows. I can work from home. And it's just wonderful. I take the YouTube videos and I cross-pollinate them with Facebook and Twitter.
Yep. And
then Pinterest, LinkedIn, and all the other things. And it's wonderful.
That's awesome.
The leads just come in. Instead of doing blank mailers or postal mailers or email or things like that, that's all I need.
That's awesome.
And let's use social media. It's out there. What do people do all day long?
They are on that phone.
Yeah, exactly. So if I can get them on the phone, I can use the gut sales method. I can qualify them in usually 3 minutes or less.
I like that.
How much time do we waste getting in our cars, driving around, doing research and everything, when the one thing I just want to know up front, what's their level of motivation? Do they own the home? What's the time frame? What's the money situation? Do they own the home, or do they have the money to get into a home, or whatever? Yep. Okay, do they have the authority to make a commitment? Are they the person who makes decisions? And do they have the character to keep it?
Right.
And that's the thing. And if I can do that, I can work smarter. I can't do business with everybody. I can only do someone who has a level of motivation. I have to find that motivation, create it, or exacerbate it.
So let me ask you this, Claude. Let's hop into this, because this is probably a really big topic, especially in our space. The rejection standpoint. Most people get discouraged and they write it off. They consider it a dead lead. Let's talk about that a little bit. Let's hop into something that I consider to be gold when other people consider it's a dead source. As soon as they give you one no, it's dead. And it's done from there for a lot of people. And that's what gets a lot of new investors discouraged and out of the game within probably 3-6 months. And, basically what happens is these big box companies come through, they have you come attend their free 1-day deal, and then you get upsold into their 3-day deal or 2-day deal. And what do they not teach? Sales. So
they don't even teach sales at Harvard Business School, Wharton School of Business. None of the major Ivy Leagues or regular business schools teach people. And that's my biggest complaint about this business. You're working on the wrong end of the problem. You've got to teach these people to be comfortable in their own skin, to be able to get on that phone in a confident manner.
Right. Exactly.
You can teach them all the strategies. You can give them all the different marketing methods and virtual assistants and all the flashy software and everything. But in the end, can you pick up the phone and talk to another human being, make a connection with that person? The two most important psychological triggers in persuasion are likability and trust. And you don't get that by reading a script, a repetitive script, or by begging for the order, or by giving long-winded presentations. How does your doctor treat you? When you go see, if you were my doctor, I do this all the time when I'm interviewed. I think it's the best way to demonstrate it. If I go to you, Dr. Jason, okay, and I say, what would you say to me? You haven't seen me in years. I walk into your office. I have an appointment. What are you going to say to me first, doctor?
I'm going to ask how you're doing.
I'm not so good, doc.
And then I would say, well, so let's talk about that. What are you not feeling?
My back's been hurting me. I'm a bricklayer, and all of a sudden my back's hurting me. I'm taking aspirin and ibuprofen and stuff. So
how did you injure your back?
But boom. What do you do off the role play? You did that beautifully, doctor. What are you doing right now to diagnose?
Finding out the problems so I could give you some solutions.
Bingo. You're asking me questions. Do I mind you asking me those questions?
No, because you're looking for a solution.
Exactly. So why we call ourselves professionals? Why do we go into sales and think we have to blab a whole bunch of nonsense? Why don't we go into sales? And when we're going into real estate, for instance, why don't we ask the buyer, the seller, the investor, the realtor, why don't we say, can I ask you a few questions? Maybe I can help you solve your problem.
Right.
Okay. Whether they're buying, selling, whatever. And we have to learn, we need information instead of throwing all this junk against the wall, see what sticks. I'll say, gee, why can't you sell this home? Or why are you renting a home? Why don't you buy a home? Or suppose I could help you get into a home with a lease purchase over the next year or two. Is that something we can talk about? Do you have the money to put some option money down? Do you have if we do owner finance, can you put some money down? What can you afford per month for rent? What's your FICO score? I may be able to help you if I have this information. Do you mind if I take notes? Boom.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
So why don't we play the doctor role?
Play the doctor role?
Yeah. Or let's do it. If we were an attorney. If you were my attorney, and I said, Attorney Jason, I just got this nasty letter from the IRS and my wife can't sleep at night. What should we do? Don't I want you to say, Claude, let me look at the letter. Let me ask you a few questions. I'll take care of you. I'll write them back. I'll call. And it's boom. Do you think I mind you asking me these questions or paying you a retainer?
Absolutely not.
So why aren't we selling this instead of doing show and tell, which, which is, to me, is just old school. And the way you get really good, back to the rejection thing that we brought up earlier, we get good at anything by practicing it. So what I do, these little role plays I do with you, I do these role plays with my students all the time. I love role playing. And when I teach my students, I did on my group call a couple of weeks ago, I did live phone calls. I have all these students all over the world. And I said, everybody bring me a phone number from some Zillow or anything, the MLS. I don't care. Don't tell me anything about it. And that's my open challenge to anybody, Grant Cardone, Dan Locke, anybody. I said, come on, let's have a contest and make cold calls. Pick numbers out of the phone book. I'll call them. I'll call them confidently. I will have fun with people. If they say no or hang up on me, so what? My life goes on. I'm not trying to hurt people. I'm trying to help them and solve problems and do business with people. You know, we have to get in the mindset that we're confident, that we're knowledgeable, that we're trying to do business honestly and ethically. We're allowed to ask questions so we can do that diagnosis like you did as an attorney or as a doctor, to say, maybe I have a few ideas, a few solutions. Jason, can I ask you a few questions? You ask me a few. Let's figure this thing out. And then I'll make you an offer. By the way, I make offers in the first phone call. I always make offers. I follow up. I'm big on follow-up too.
Follow-up's key, in my opinion. Follow-up is the key.
Absolutely.
Because most people, they'll do like a direct mailer and they'll get discouraged off of the first direct mailer and then they don't do any more. Or if somebody finds some leads off of Zillow or Craigslist and they don't follow up with them and somebody else closes that deal, well, it's probably because you didn't build the relationship with that person to have them feel comfortable enough to basically spill the beans. Spill the beans are the problems that you can solve as a real estate investor. And that it happens more than you would think with a lot of people.
Oh, I'm the only salesperson in the world. I'm still waiting to meet somebody do this to me. I'm the only salesperson you'll ever meet. And I'll say, Jason, would you do me a favor? Would you fire me at the end of this conversation? You don't have to say you'll think about it. You'll get back to me. You'll talk to your spouse, lovely spouse. You can just say, Claude, this doesn't work. And it's over. I like it. So I like when it's over. I'd rather have a quick no than a lingering maybe.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, makes total sense. Makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
And, you know, one of the things that I wanted to bring up that we've got going on, Claude, is we've got something coming up January 25th, 26th, and 27th, which is going to be absolutely amazing that we're having in good old Kauai. If folks don't know where that is, it's a small little island in Hawaii. And we're going to be having a mastermind retreat there, and it's going to be capped at 20 people. Claude, you want to tell our listeners a little bit more about it?
We're going to have 3 days of, you're going to talk about your wonderful stuff. And I'm going to talk a lot more about sales, do a lot of role playing. We're a small group. We're in a beautiful house near the beach. And to me, a lot of good information. Larry and Mariska Gill will be there.
Yep.
I'm going to focus on G.U.T.S 2.0. I wrote G.U.T.S years ago, and this is the first major upgrade to my system of persuasion and influence. The actual way, how to sell in 2020, how to ask questions, how to qualify in a few minutes, how to close people in one phone call or get a contract or an appointment in one phone call instead of driving around for dollars, knocking on doors like you and I both did and everything. We have so much technology today.
We do.
If I just know how to talk to people as one adult to another and and this is what I want to talk about in Hawaii. And do a lot of role playing and teach the G.U.T.S sales method and the new 2.0 upgrade, which gets more into the power of suggestion, putting ideas in your head, you know, and this is brand new and it's going to be premiered in Hawaii. I'll give a little taste if you like.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
You know, if I was selling you a home and I'd say, Jason, sit back for a minute, buddy, relax, close your eyes. Taking some nice oxygen. Imagine yourself, you know, I know you're in that 1-bedroom apartment with your wife and 5 kids and the 6 cats and the gerbils and everything. Imagine we got you into this nice house by a swimming pool and the grass and the kids are giggling and running around and everything. You're on the grill, your neighbors are there, the sizzling steaks are on the grill. And you can smell, and then you go inside, the night gets cold and you go by the fireplace with a nice crisp glass of wine and everything. Can you imagine owning your own home, that pride of ownership and everything, and just having life-changing how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that, Jason? Is that where your life is destined, or are you going to stay in that little 1-bedroom place? Would you like me to help you make that happen?
Yes, help me make that happen.
That's G.U.T.S 2.0. It's putting in the mind the suggestion, using all the senses, all the right words, and the questions. And so when you and I get off the phone, what do I want? What's that picture I want in your mind when we get off the phone?
What you just described to me.
Did you smell the steaks sizzling on the grill?
Oh,
Did you hear the kids laughing? Did you taste the wine by the the warm fireplace on a cold summer evening and everything? These are using all the words and all the senses to paint a picture, a suggestion in your mind, so that when you get off the phone, all you think about is, Claude wants to help me. I want that house. I need to call him back. I need to sign a contract. I need to keep that appointment with him.
Yep, exactly. That's huge.
Salespeople are tenacious and they are in control. I'm not a control freak, but I love to control the sale.
No, absolutely. It's, having the proper frame in the conversation. And I think it's huge. And the thing with, Kauai, it's going to be so fun. It's not going to be like one of those events where you're going to be in a stuffy hotel. Like, no. I've seen the place that we're going to be at, and it's breathtaking. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to have breakfast available, lunch available. And breakfast, what I mean is just like, bagels, just stuff like that. We're going to have lunch. We're going to have some really cool dinners.
Mai Tais.
There you go. Yeah. And the place that you really like, was it Bub's or Bubba's Burgers?
Bubba's Burgers in Kauai. Yes. I'm probably going to treat everybody there. It's just a great little Hawaiian burger place. It's their version of In-N-Out. Okay.
Nice.
And
nice.
It's in a shack near the beach and everything. And we did it last time we were there, and we're going to do it again. I just like small, intimate places. We're going to be in this beautiful house near the beach. We're going to just talk and practice sales. And people are going to be with real people who really do this business, like you and Larry Mariska and myself. And I want people to leave and be able to take the knowledge, take the practice, and go out and monetize. That's all I want people to make money. I want people to experience what you and I have experienced, working from home, being able to take care of our obligations, protect our family financially. I am so grateful for this business because it's allowed me to do something. I'll never retire, Jason. I could have retired a long time ago. I love what I do. It's great. It's given my family comfort, security, a great life. Okay, I'm not a materialistic person, but I like security. Who doesn't, right? I like being in a house that's paid for, no mortgage. I like having no credit card debt. This business has given me everything that I wanted in this great country. The entrepreneur, the freedom, but it's back to sales again. And that they've got to learn to, if I can get people, this is my mission. If I can get people to comfortably talk on the phone 5 times a day with 5 people, leave 5 voicemails, make 5 offers a day, every day, spend 1 hour, 30 to 60 minutes on marketing for leads, social media. I'll talk about that in Hawaii too. And if I can get them so comfortable and overcome that fear and rejection because they have a system, they know how to talk to people in a relaxed, comfortable way without sounding so robotic.
Right.
If I can get people to do that, they will experience the freedom that you and I are experiencing right now.
Yep.
And I mean, what do we all want? What do people say to you? I get students just like you do. What do they want? They want to leave a job they don't like. Yep. They're sick of sitting in traffic, spilling coffee between their legs.
Oh, geez.
Always running in a rat race, never having time for their kids and things like that. You know, my kids are grown up now, but they thought all dads are home all the time. And that was before pre-internet. Okay, internet's relatively still new. It's only 21 years old, really. I just gave good phone, and once the internet happened, and we have video now, it made it even easier. I do all my when I do sales, I try to get people on FaceTime or Facebook video, or we're on Zoom or GoTo we're on right now, or Skype, and I don't have to get in my car. I don't have to drive to their living room. I can do the deal, make the offers right now. And then I can do all my due diligence later. I just want to know right now, do I have a chance with this person to buy or sell, arbitrage, sell the contract, do a lease purchase? Are they in the right frame of mind to do business today?
Right.
And that's the millionaire mindset is about working smarter than everybody else.
It's absolutely true. And, we would love to have you guys at, the event for Kauai. It's limited to just 20 people. And let me tell you the link here. It's event.Hawaii REI 2020.com. So that's EVENT period HAWAIIREI 2020.com. And I'll tell you this right now, an event like this, and I've seen other people put these types of events on, they charge $5, $10, $15, $20,000 for. This is right now, it's like $1,500.
Yeah.
So it's extremely inexpensive, but once those 20 spots are gone, they're gone. And if you would like to bring your spouse and attend, I believe it's $500, right? $500 for them to come.
Yeah. Bring your significant other with you and go to Hawaii. Talk to your accountant, but I think it's tax deductible because you're going there for education. It's the most beautiful island. I've been to all the islands, and I love Kauai the best. It's so country-like, and the beaches are endless there. They're beautiful, and there's just there's that what do they call it? That aloha spirit.
Yeah,
you know?
the island life.
I get to wear all my crazy Hawaiian shirts and shorts and flip-flops, and it's just so much fun. And we talk a lot about real estate and sales and all the different things that give you that freedom thing we're talking about. But I want to focus so intensely on sales with people in Hawaii.
It's a big thing, man. And I can't wait to hear it. I'm going to be there. Hopefully you and I could do some role playing. A huge thing too, that a lot of people need to know, and I'm talking close into the microphone right now because I'm so excited about it, it's the hot seats. The hot seats. We're going to put you in a hot seat and we are going to grill you. So by the time you leave, you're going to be out of your comfort shell. You're going to be in an uncomfort position, because that's when growth happens at its most rapid form. And we're going to have so much fun over those 3 days together. The hot seats are going to be really, really fun. Role playing with Mr. Claude Diamond, being able to learn some of the top tips and tricks from Larry and Mariska. It's going to be awesome. You guys need to come in. If it's event period, Hawaii REI 2020.com. Reserve your spot. Now, if you want to bring your spouse, but they don't want to maybe like come to the actual mastermind, that's cool too. Bring your family if you want to. We're going to have some little cool things that we're going to do, some outings for dinner. It'll be super, super fun. So make sure you do that. And flights right now, Claude, are very inexpensive to get all the way there.
Southwest is flying there. Southwest Airlines, brand new. They're flying there now from San Francisco and Oakland to Kauai. Which is great. From California here, it's relatively inexpensive. I've actually flown to Kauai from Denver. I have a home in the mountains in Colorado. They have a nonstop once a week. I think it was on United Airlines. So it's get on a plane, take a nap, read a book, watch a couple movies, and boom, you're in Kauai. Can you imagine in January, if you're in someplace cold?
Yeah, like me.
And then to step out, it's 80 degrees, and it's lovely.
It's going to be extremely fun. Now, I'll tell you guys this right now. I'm going to get there probably middle of the day on the 22nd, and my wife and I are probably going to leave on the 30th. So if you get there a little bit early and you want to hang out before the mastermind starts, that would be totally cool too. We could hang out, get to know each other a little bit before the 3 days, and that would probably give us a little heads up on maybe what we should also focus on with you and some of the other folks that are going to be there. So super excited about it. And Claude, I know we've gone a little bit over on our time here, but do you have any parting words for our folks? And I know we'll put in the show links to head on over to claudediamond.com for that free book that you have. That's awesome. The G.U.T.S sales method.
Yeah. This is a business novel I wrote about a guy down on his luck. He's a horrible salesperson. He hates the rejection. He's broke and everything. He's got a family they're all worried about. And he meets this mentor. It's kind of my story. I romanticized it a little bit, and I put it into a novel, and people love this book.
That's awesome.
I wrote it in a novel because I wanted it so people would finish it and see it's a happy ending on it. And to me, I want people to focus on the sales. I want to talk about making sales simple, learning how to ask questions, stay in control, become more confident on the phone. No fear, overcome that fear that I had. Like everybody has that fear of rejection, the going into the unknown. Mom said, don't talk to strangers. And here we are in the big bad world. What do we have to do all day long if we want to put mac and cheese on the table? We've got to
talk to strangers.
We're doing all this studying on all these great strategies. We're doing all this money spent on marketing, but the money is made when you pick this lovely remote control device to the universe and you talk to another human being and they say, you know what, I like you, I trust you, let's work out a deal. And I do this all the time. And, I know what people went through. And today, you give me a phone number. I'll call them right now. I'll show pattern interrupts, redirection, positive and negative. I'll show how to tell stories and things like that. And the key to this business is sales. It's $1 million skill. And if you focus on the sales, no matter what your limitations are, and maybe different strategies or marketing, you will go to the bank. And when you go to the bank, that's the second best feeling in the world. Okay, if I have to teach you the first, we're in trouble. But the thing about it is, in this business, I want to see people truly succeed in this business like you and I have, Jason. And to me, working on your salesmanship, your persuasion abilities, this is the missing ingredient.
I agree with you. I agree. Claude, this has been an amazing episode. Can't wait for us to meet each other in Kauai. And that's coming up soon, guys. So if you want to join us there, January 25th, 26th, 27th, head on over to event.hawaiirei2020.com and we'll see you there. Other than that, I really appreciate Mr. Claude Diamond being on our show today. If you have any questions, if you need anything whatsoever, you could always reach out to us. Support at jasonluchesi.com. That's SUPPORT at JASONLUCCHESI.com. But other than that, thanks for joining, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're listening to this on iTunes, make sure you become a subscriber so that you get notification of each and every episode. Make sure you smash down on that thumbs up button on YouTube and leave us a comment on what you enjoyed so much about today's episode. But other than that, thanks for joining us. Have a great day. Take care.